adventures of Biggles.
Biggles and Bertie rack their brains, but there's no way of repairing the damaged windscreen except with a new sheet of perspex. And perspex is a rare commodity in the Gobi Desert. Then the airmen remember the aerodrome they saw shortly before the mishap. In the cool of the evening, they set off, and throughout a freezing night, follow the compass course that Biggles hopes will lead to the communist drone. But when dawn breaks, there's nothing but the wide expanse of shimmering sand. The only guide to the aerodrome is a small plane skimming away towards the horizon. The aircraft gives Biggles hope until it changes direction and flies towards them. They must have been seen by the pilot.
But how could he see us? The blighter was barely miles away.
Take my word for it, we'll have to go for cover, Bertie.
Cover? Out here? There ain't no such animal.
Yes, over there. A bit of a dip in the sand. That'll do.
Oh, I suppose it's better than doing nothing. All right, let's hop in.
Not too fast. The movement will attract his attention. Edge towards it.
Well, that's a blooming fighter, old trout. We Ulysses don't feel like edging.
Go slow, nevertheless. About my speed. Righto. Slip down to the hole. The eastern side. We'll lie in the shadow.
Sizzling sausages will be exposed in here, old bean.
Not in the shadow. If we lie perfectly still, he may not see us. The danger will be that he saw us moving across here.
Oh, we'll soon know. Baked potatoes, I wish I carried a bulletproof vest around with me.
Here it comes. Don't even breathe, Bertie. He'll notice the slightest movement.
He didn't see us. The blighter's gone right past.
I think we've been lucky. But he's searching back along the way we came, notice?
Yes, you're right about him spotting us in the first place, but I still don't see how he did it.
Well, surely you've done enough desert flying to know that.
You mean he spotted our movement?
Of course he did. The least movement is obvious against the background of the desert. There are no other features to catch the eye. In this part, there's not even a tree or a boulder.
Even so, he must have hawk eyes to have seen us from way over by the horizon.
Oh, he wasn't so far away. And it's just after dawn, don't forget. The sun throws a very long shadow.
I say, stop wiggling the belly vocal cords, old bean, or they'll throw a shadow. The blighter's coming back.
By Jove, he's going to make certain of it. Look how low he's flying.
Only a couple of 100 feet. Sizzling sausages.
Freeze yourself, Bertie, and keep your face and arms covered. They'll show up.
Oh, baked potatoes. If the blighter comes back any lower, he'll be able to scratch my back. And my goose pimples are in no state to be scratched.
I don't think he is coming back. No, he's gaining height. I think we've tricked him, Bertie.
Not much of a trier, by Jove. If we Ulysses had been searching this belly spot, we'd have quartered it and squirted a few bullets into every blooming nook and cranny.
Oh, you mightn't go to the trouble if you weren't sure. You hit on the reason that he didn't stay.
Did I? Well, no, isn't that positively spiffing? Of course, it merely proves the genius of us Ulysses. But, upon what did we hit?
The distance from which he first saw us. The fact that he saw any movement would make him suspicious in this desolate place. But he can't have seen our shadows clearly. I can imagine that when he found nothing solid to back them, he decided he'd made a mistake.
Let's hope so, Albine. We Ulysses aren't exactly keen to take on a squadron of fighters out in this desert. If we had a couple of dozen machine guns, we'd put up a scrap, but our 38s wouldn't be much use.
The revolvers may come in very handy at the drome. You know, that pilot's doing us a very good turn.
I'll bet it's completely accidental.
It is. He's flying directly from us to a drome, I'm sure of that. I'll take a compass bearing on his course, and then we'll know exactly where to go.
We'll better get a burble on Albine. He's almost out of sight.
I'm on him. Yes, that'll do me. We'll wait until he's completely disappeared and then push on, Bertie. We may have a long way to go.
Good morning, Ginger. I was wondering if you would come.
Anne told me I could see Algy this morning, Father Dubron. Is he still okay?
Of course, my son. He has been waiting for you. I think he is concerned about your situation, alone in charge of a group of missionaries.
He needn't worry. Your friends are working very well. We've just come in from clearing the strip. It was all I could do to persuade Anne to come in out of the heat.
She is a wonderful girl, Anne. I don't think your friend realizes that we are almost willing to work for our own welfare.
I'll persuade him of that.
Yes, by all means do so. But please remember that he is still most ill. He must not be excited or upset in any way.
I'll watch it.
Then come through this cave. He is here, monsieur. He has come to see you.
Ginge. Oh, good day, you old son of a gun. I've been busting to see you.
Well, you haven't given me much encouragement. Every time I've poked my head in here, you've been asleep.
That is perhaps my fault, or the fault of my sedatives. And now I shall leave you, my friends, but remember, Jean-Jean, no excitement, and a few minutes only. And when he goes, Monsieur Lacey, I shall make you sleep once more.
How is it, Algy?
That's what I was going to ask you. I'm pretty right.
Pretty sick, you mean? You look rotten.
You should have seen me yesterday. I still feel groggy, but the pain's easing. The old priest's doing wonders for me. I'll be up in a day or so.
Oh, no fear you won't. You're staying here until you're completely well. Or at least until Biggles comes back.
I'm not leaving you to handle this by yourself, Ginge.
I'm not by myself. I've a wonderful team of helpers out there. Have you met them yet?
Only 3 of them. Father Dubron, of course, and the 2 women, Miss Summers and Miss Treves. They've been helping to nurse me.
Well, there aren't many more. There's a Swede called Henrik Ritson. Fine bloke, too. He's more or less their leader.
Any clues?
Oh, yes, ton of nous. The sort of fellow you like to have with you in a spot. Apart from him, there's only Feng and another Buddhist priest, Teo Ming. He's a good little bloke, too. Quiet, but plenty of nerve and very reliable.
They sound a good bunch. Pity there aren't more of them.
Yes, there were more, but they're prisoners at Tung Wang. Before we came here, there was a bit of a scrap, you know.
Mm-hmm. Father Dubron told me about it. Como bloke called the Tiger butchered some outlaws and pinched a few of the missionaries. Bad show, that. I'd like to have rescued them all.
You know, Algy, we might yet. I've sent Ming into Tung Wang to find out what's happening with the prisoners. When he comes back, I'll have a yarn with you, and we'll see if there's any way of getting hold of them.
Why, Jingo, I'd like to, Ginge, if there's any way of getting on my feet.
Now, you're staying on your back for the moment. I'll handle any running around that's necessary.
But, Ginge, I can't
keep quiet. I've been told not to excite you. Now, let's see if there's anything else you need to know.
The airstrip. How are you going with that? Found a site yet?
Don't be silly. We've almost cleared it. Well, that's not strictly true, but we've done quite a lot of work on it. If we keep plugging, we should have it finished before Biggles comes back.
If there's any doubt, don't waste time in here with me, Ginge. Hop back to work.
Well, it's too hot to work in the middle of the day, Algy. We're going at it like Billio in the mornings and evenings when it's cool.
Don't let up on it. Must be ready for the kite when it comes. How are we off for defense, Ginge? What'll happen if the Commos come back, or those warrior blokes?
The Kyrgyz?
Yes. One of the missionaries, Miss Summers, I think, seemed to be frightened they'd attack again.
Well, I'd say Miss Summers is more likely to scare than the others. But I suppose there might be an attack.
Haven't you prepared for it?
Well, as well as I can, but there isn't much I can do. The only weapons we have are our 2 revolvers, so we can't put up a scrap. We've worked out a plan to fall back on the caves here and hide if anyone comes.
Will you know in time?
Feng's keeping watch. Every now and again, one of us goes out to relieve him, but he likes the job, and so I leave him to it most of the time.
Sounds a fair scheme, but keep your eye on it, won't you, Ginge? I'd hate to lose this team now we've found them.
Oh, you needn't worry, Algy. We're included in the team now, and I've no intention of losing myself. Well, anything more you want to know?
No, there's one question I'd love the answer to, but you can't give it.
Oh, what's that?
Are Biggles and Bertie all right?
Oh.
Lying here, I've been wondering about them. I've realized what a mess we'd be in if anything went wrong.
You're getting better, Algy. You're beginning to look on the black side. That's you. They'll be all right. They're probably sitting in the club at Dhaka, sipping ice-cold lemonade.
It's a long way from here to Pakistan.
Not for a couple of darn good pilots flying a first-class plane. Oh, forget it. Now, I'm going to leave you to get some sleep, old son.
Mm-hmm.
You've worried yourself enough for one day.
Biggles, I'll have to stop for a minute. Water. Let's have another drink.
Yes. Me too. Although we are using it too fast. My bottle's nearly empty.
No, haven't touched mine yet. Here's that when yours finished.
We have to find the drome and get back again. Never mind. Here. Just take a sip.
Not enough for both of us. You finish that. I'll drink from mine.
Right-ho. But go easy.
Biggles,
What's wrong?
my water bottle. When we hid from the plane, I must have knocked the cork out of it. It's bone dry.
In the heat of the day with a scorching desert to cross, no man can survive without water. Can Biggles and Bertie surmount this calamity? Will they find the communist aerodrome? Don't miss the next thrilling chapter of The Air Adventures of Biggles.